Let's get into some things of the things, child. We got some stuff to talk about today, honey. We got some stuff to talk about. Hit that like button. If you are new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We have a great time over here. You meant what you said when you said it. Really be back, because I'll be understanding y'all sometimes. And when y'all know when I say y'all, you know I ain't talking about y'all. I'm talking about y'all. Basically, that all these people that got something to say have been actively involved in the political process in their world. I don't believe it. You ain't gonna convince me. I know y'all love me. What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Come on in. Happy Sunday. I hope everybody had a great weekend. I hope everybody's enjoying their Sunday. Yes, y'all know Sundays I am back to back. So we're going to do this. And then I'm going to try to slide in the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, but I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to. I got some stuff to do today. But we'll definitely be doing the Real Housewives of Potomac Part 3 reunion tonight at 9:15-ish. As you guys know. So I wanted to go ahead and do this and get this over with. Not over with, but get this out the way early because, like I said, I had something to do at 3 o'clock. And I'm not sure how long that's going to take. I need to do some meal prep too, DB. I did grocery shop yesterday. I've been doing a lot better with eating home and cooking and not going out and eating. I've been doing a lot better with that. Y'all know I did have. Now I've been trying to give myself the weekend, so I did do hibachi yesterday, but I'm cooking more than I'm eating out. You know what, Candace? No, I got to get caught up on Married to Medicine. I watched the episode. I just haven't gone live. The episode didn't really give me a whole lot other than Dr. Heavenly getting on my nerves. And Curtis. But we'll get there. So I am going to extend the raffle another day. And I'm going to tell you why I'm going to extend. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do, Kenneth. I'm going to tell you why I'm going to extend the raffle another day. Because I have added something to the basket for the Black History Month part that maybe might make you guys want to buy some tickets. So I'm going to give it another 24 hours. I'm going to tell you what I added. But I'm going to wait until there's more people in here. So y'all remind me, Don, Candace, somebody, one of my Urshas or somebody remind me, wait till we got about, let's see if we can get to 150 people in here. If we don't hit 150 people, I'll tell y'all. But give it about another 30, 40 minutes. And I'm going to tell you why I am extending the raffle for 24 more hours. Because when I tell y'all what I have added, some of y'all may decide to buy a raffle ticket, or some of you who already bought a raffle ticket might decide to buy another one. I'm just telling you it's that good. Just like when I added them Stanley Cups, y'all started wanting to, shout out to JJ with the Stanley Cups. Y'all was like, boom, boom, boom. And remember, if you weren't here yesterday, everybody who wins will get a Stanley Cup. So all three gifts will include a Stanley Cup. So gift one is a gift bag. A Black History Month care package, which will include a Stanley Cup. Prize number 2 is a ReallyBTV swag bag, which will include a Stanley Cup. And gift number 3 was a $25 Visa gift card, which is now going to also include a Stanley Cup. So shout out to that. So, but give me, I want to wait till we got about another, I want at least 150 people. I want to give people a chance. I want nobody to be like, you ain't say nothing. The replay gang, I want to get a replay gang time to catch it. So, but again, thank you. Kenneth said he got me. So just remind me when we close the doors. At 150 people is usually when I try to close the doors. We got 83 in here now. Hit that like button. So let's just go ahead and jump into it. I'll do all of the announcements and stuff when at the same time. Thank you, Reid. It is the last week to vote. If you have not voted, please, 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 please vote. It's that last week. It's that last push. Y'all don't have me go all the way to Houston and become Erica Kane. Don't have me fly all the way to Houston and be Erica Kane, honey. But real talk, I'm glad to just be thought of, because this came from you guys nominated me for these awards. So even if I don't get enough votes to win, that tells me that I'm seen. That tells me that the tribe is rocking with me and that the people love what I'm doing. And I know that sounds real cliche, but seriously, real talk. You guys nominated me for these awards. And even if I fall short on the votes, which I hope I don't, if I'm being honest, I know that means that y'all still, that somebody, that I'm seen, right? Which brings me into, actually, that's a perfect segue. Today is my birthday of my channel. YouTube, when you go into YouTube, into your YouTube studio, it'll tell you when it's your anniversary. Today is my 8-year birthday. I started my channel 8 years ago today. Baby, we went through a pandemic together. We done been through some ups and downs together. And so for those who were there from the beginning or just there now, thank y'all so much. Thank y'all so much. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate y'all. And yes, happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me for my channel being 8 years old today. I didn't realize I literally started my channel on March the 1st, but I like doing stuff like that. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna wait till the 1st of the month to do this. I'm gonna wait. So I can believe that I waited till March the 1st and was like, I'm going to start my channel on March the 1st. So yeah. Today is your 49th. Happy birthday. Y'all wish R&D a happy birthday, y'all. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Not the Pisces season. Don't do that, Tawanda. Ciao. So there we go. All right. And some of y'all been here almost the whole 8 years, honey. Some of y'all been here. Some of y'all been here. Thank you, Mia, for being a member for 61 months. Look at you. Been a member so long. And I did give the memberships. And I think for the first month of me gifting these memberships, I think we have 5 people that I'm not familiar with. And that's what I like. I like the people getting the memberships aren't people that are normally, I want people to get an opportunity. So shout out to Billy Dixon Productions, Andrea Belcher, Queen Sheba, 7280, Brother Manx, or Brother Man X, Brother Man X, and Quasi Honey. So congratulations to you guys for becoming members. I hope you enjoy your membership for the month. Get into that membership and y'all check out the membership. What's going on with the membership, honey. Thank you, Queen Tracy, for being a member for 57 months. Thank you, New Jones, for supporting me and being a member for 34 months. Thank you, Kenneth. Hold on, I didn't put that up on the screen. Hold on, let me scroll up. Oh, shoot. It won't let me scroll up. Hold on, y'all. Oh, there it is. Hold on, there it is. What is going on? Something has been going on with this computer today. Thank you, Kenneth, for the super chat. Cheers to 8 more years. Yes, listen, in 8 more years, baby, we're going to be at 200,000 subscribers. That's what we're going to be. We're going to be on the other side of that mountain. Don said, if you plan on going to the awards, the award show, we have a sale on tickets. VIP code is Starry VIP for Georgia code, Starry Georgia. Why have a different code for Georgia? Is it something different with the state of Georgia? Okay. Don, do me a favor. Baby, I forgot to order my oil yesterday. I know you sent me the link. Is the discount code still good? I thought you said yesterday was the last day. If not, I'll pay full price because that's on me. That's on me. But if it's still good for another day, let a sister know. And I'm going to take care of that when I get off of here. I also think I'm going to go ahead and get my ticket too. I think I'm going to go ahead and get my ticket with, because I did see that when I went on the website to book my room the other day, I saw the discount code. But let me know. Thank you, Kenneth, for being a member for 18 months. I've been a member longer than 18 months. Well, you know how You know how that goes, but I know you've been here, baby. I know you've been here. You one of my Urshas. You my head. You was my head Ursha. You was my head Ursha. Now it's you and Don's on the left and you on the right, or vice versa, honey. But you was my head Ursha. All right, general admission. What about? Oh, that's for general. Listen, I need to talk to you then. I need to find out what I need to do for my ticket. You let me know what I got to do for my ticket, child. Because I was looking at like the VIP stuff and all of that. I just have some questions. Oh, that's a general admission. Oh, Jesus. Baby, I saw Georgia. I saw GA and I said Georgia. Baby, maybe I need to take me a nap. Baby, maybe I need to take me a nap. Okay. But I do have some questions, Don. So I'll hit you up because I just before I buy my ticket, I do have some questions about some things. Okay. All right, y'all. So last night was the NAACP Image Awards. Now I believe on either Friday night or Thursday night they gave out some awards. I guess the awards that weren't going to be a part of the broadcast. I know Cardi won like 4 awards and so forth and so on. But last night was the actual NAACP Image Awards. And I have preached this to you guys before about how we, as a people, all of us collectively, myself included, how we have to make these awards just as important as the Grammys, the Oscars, the MTV Awards, the Billboard Awards. Like, we have to make these awards, the SAG Awards, we have to make these awards just as important because these awards are by us, for us, to celebrate us. And I love whenever I'm in a room that is unapologetically Black. And that is what last night was. It was unapologetically Black. And I saw all those beautiful Black people dressed up. Okay? They showed up. They put on a Sunday's best and they dressed up. We got to start doing that too. We have to start being appropriate for the place in which we are going. I understand, as somebody that doesn't like dresses, and I'm not a dress girly, you can find you a nice pants outfit that's dressy. You can, especially for some of these people who have the money, baby, you can find you a tailor. You can get something custom made. You can find you a stylist to find something that you're going to be comfortable in, that's going to represent you. And we have to get back to doing that, in my opinion. We have to get back to doing that. And I was watching. I'm being honest, I have not watched the entire show, but I watched enough of it. And there were different parts that had me in tears. There were parts that literally had me in tears. When Michael B. Jordan they can call what they want to call it. I'm gonna call it the NAACP Awards. I mean, I don't know why it matters, but if that's up with, I mean, listen, I've been calling it the NAACP Awards my entire life. I don't know why they want to say NAACP. Maybe it's the NAACP. Now, if they can give me a reason why they don't want me to say it, then, but I'm gonna call it what I want to call it. Damn it. The NAACP. It's the NAACP. It's the same thing. Why does it matter? And I ain't fussing at you, Half Pen. I'm just fussing at people. Why? Your mama named you Cassius. I'm gonna call you Cassius. With that being said, when Michael B. Jordan got up there and gave his award, first of all, he won multiple awards. He won Entertainer of the Year. He also won, I think, Male Lead Actor of the Year for Sinners. Of course, Sinners won everything, child. Sinners won everything. The first award he dedicated to Chadwick Boseman, which, of course, I was, Then when he won Entertainer of the Year, he thanked his mom. he said, "You are love personified," right? Oh my God. He thanked his sisters. He thanked his father. He thanked the women in his life. And he gave a great speech about sneaking into the NAACP awards as a kid and always feeling accepted and always feeling encouraged. And, we know he started acting as a child. He was a child actor. And so he said, always feeling being in a space where people are pushing him forward and wanting him to do better and encouraging him to go to that next level. And so I thought that was a great thing. And he always takes his mom to these award shows, which I love. I love to see that. Sterling K. Brown, who won for Paradise, first thing out his mouth was he wanted to honor Black women, and he thanked his mother. I'm sorry, he thanked his wife. He also thanked his mother, but he thanked his wife and talked about, how he wouldn't be anything, if it weren't for Black women. Viola Davis, her speech was beautiful. And she ended her speech by thanking the people that are unseen doing the jobs that we don't want to do, and she called people by name. And I think these are people that she knew in her real life she talked about working at the mission, the kitchen, where they serve food to the people and that kind of thing. And she got choked up, but it choked me up hearing her in her speech and thanking those people, the unseen people. Salt and Pepper, they were inducted into the Hall of Fame, the NAACP Hall of Fame. And in their speech, where they talked about their song lyrics and the empowerment of Black women and how they always wanted to be empowerment to Black women. Let me tell you something. I love Viola Davis, but that walk gets me every time, baby. I love her to death, but baby, that walk gets me every time. His wife played Ari on the first wife. Yeah, his wife is an actress too. I love his wife. I love them together. They're so cute. Deon Cole's opening monologue I thought was great. Hold on. Tracy came through. She said the bar is open. We have blueberry, blackberry, mimosa, caramel espresso martini, and a fig sidecar. And the non-drinkers have a raspberry lemon drop with tonic water. Sounds good to me. Sounds good to me. What do I want? Thank you. I want to try that mimosa, but I think I also want a caramel espresso martini, honey. Y'all know I love me some caramel. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. It was a really, really good show. I feel like it was well produced. Deon Cole's monologue I thought was hilarious. He stepped on some toes, but in all the right places. And he said, look, I do have one thing to say. He said, I know I ain't supposed to cuss, but I'm going to pay for it. He said, y'all go ahead and I'll pay for it, but I'm about to cuss. I got something to say and I got to say it. And he was like, fuck ICE. And he said something else because it was a long bleep. I don't know everything he said, but I could read his lips. He said, fuck ICE. He stepped on Nicki Minaj's toes. He said maybe her BBL is leaking into her brain. Because he did this whole thing where we're going to pray for the people. So he went around the room and he prayed for the people. And it was funny. I thought Deon Cole was a good host. I thought he was funny. I just want to talk about it because, again, I just feel like and I say we collectively, I'm not pointing the finger at anybody. I'm pointing the finger at all of us together. We have to show up in spaces that are unapologetically Black, to celebrate us unapologetically. I get sick and tired of people being angry that we are not recognized in white spaces. The reason why Black spaces exist is because we weren't recognized in white spaces. The reason why the NAACP awards exist is because we weren't being recognized at the Oscars, and we weren't being recognized at the Grammys, and we weren't being recognized at SAG and all these other award shows. So it pisses me off when people get angry that, well, Beyonce didn't get this nomination or the Sinners didn't win and da-da-da-da. We know we deserve to be in those spaces. That's never the question. That is never the question is never if we are good enough to be in those spaces. That is never the question. The question is, why don't we honor and respect the spaces where we are celebrated? I loved seeing so many people there to receive their award. I hate when I see, like, let's say the BET Awards, and these people are being honored and they're not there. And I'm not talking about people who legitimately have situations. We're talking about the people who just not there. It's just like Black parents treating it as a badge of honor and their kids go to all white schools. The question also, are those spaces good enough for us to be in? Well, say it again, Andrew. Act like y'all don't know why. What you talking about, Kim? I didn't see the first part of what you saying. When Nicki crashed out, y'all gonna act like y'all don't know why. Oh, child, nobody care about Nicki Minaj crashing out. Like, honestly, in all reality, I have never cared about Nicki Minaj crashing out. And that's just me. Some people might care. I don't, and I never have. That's the question. We want what they have just as badly as they want what we have. You know, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that you shouldn't still feel honored, right? The Oscars are still the Oscars. I'm not going to sit here and say the Oscars aren't the Oscars. The Oscars are still the Oscars. But what I am going to say is, you get nominated for you get nominated for an Oscar and don't win. You get nominated for a BET award and don't show up. And then we complain about the award shows going away. Well, the award shows go away because here's the reality. Everything is about money. So the award shows exist, but they have to sell advertisement. Advertisers are only going to pay if they think people are going to see their if they're going to see their commercial. So I'm gonna use Tide because we joke about Tide on the have and the have-nots. But Tide says, well, who's coming to this award show? Well, we nominated Michael Jackson and we nominated so-and-so and we nominated so-and-so. We nominated so-and-so. Well, who's coming? Oh, well, Michael can't show up and Lionel can't come. And Diana Ross said maybe next year. So an advertiser is going to say, okay, well, I'm going to buy some advertising space, but instead of paying $1,000 a minute, I'm going to give you $200 a minute. And then we look at the BET Awards and we wonder why the BET Awards is full of self-promotion. All they talk about, all the commercials for the BET Awards are about BET shows and about projects coming up on BET and all these things because they couldn't sell the advertisement because nobody come. And then we complain about the production quality. Well, guess what? You get what you pay for. You get what you pay for. So we talk about the advertisement and we talk about all of these things, but all of these are connected. All of these dots are connected. Those shows aren't free. They're not free to produce. They're not free to put up. So those shows aren't free. So when nobody's going to show up and advertisers know nobody's going to show up, guess what? They might pay for a spot, but they're not going to pay top dollar. There's somebody's job to go out and sell this advertisement time. It's somebody's job. And those are the questions that people ask when you're asking me to pay for a commercial spot. That's the question I'm asking. Well, who's going to see it? What are your numbers looking like? How many people watched last year? Why are Super Bowl ads the most expensive ads for the year? We make a big deal about Super Bowl ads because they're literally paying millions of dollars for one ad. Why? Because it's the most watched event of the year. More people watch the Super Bowl worldwide than any other event of the year, period. Nothing else happens on network television that gets more viewers in the year, period. Full stop. The Super Bowl. So whoever is hosting the Super Bowl can sell their ad space for millions of dollars. Why? Because the whole world is going to see that commercial. That's why when they were talking about Bad Bunny, it's American, it's American. No, the fuck is not. The Super Bowl is not American. It is a worldwide event. Look at the NFL this year. Do you know how many international games the NFL is playing this year? Off the top of my head, I can tell you they're playing 3 in London. They're going to Australia. They're going to Paris. They're going to Rio. They're going to Madrid. That's 7 games off the top of my head, which means 14 teams are playing outside of the United States. We only have, 16 games in a season? It's not an American thing. Another thing is placement. People are normally out on Saturday night. That's true too, Kenneth. That's valid. That's valid. My cousins in Jamaica watch the Super Bowl. Everybody watches the Super Bowl, right, Sweet Pea? So anyway, I wanted to acknowledge it. I wanted to highlight it. And if you didn't watch it, go to the BET's channel or the NAACP. Go to their YouTube channel and watch the clips. Because at least, because even if you didn't watch the show last night, they'll get the views on their YouTube channel. And again, all of that, we know now that we're in a media day, we're in a social media space now. All of those things count. Views on TikTok, views on YouTube, views on all of those things count towards when they say who watched it and the visibility of it. Tracy said, I don't watch the Super Bowl, but I will be on the Tribe Bowl 2.0 cruise. Yes, Tracy. Oh, we had 150 people. See, Tracy, the reminder, we had 150 people. Hold on now. We had 150 people. Y'all know what that means. I know what that means. It's time to do what?
I said close them doors. Close the doors. Close the doors. Close the doors.
We are closing those doors. Y'all know it's that time of the day where you can either go left or you can go right. I ask you for your support. You can do it the free 99 way. Please hit the like button. There's 150 of y'all in here. Can we get 120 likes, please? If you didn't hit the like button on your way in, can you hit the like button now, please and thank you. You can share this out to your friends. You can hype it. If you're watching this on the replay, if you have a hype, can you hype my video, please? And push us further and further and further and further up in the algorithm. If you want to make a monetary donation to the platform, now it's $1.33. So I'm gonna say $13. Now I know that's normally more than what I say, but I wasn't gonna say $1.33. But you don't have to. But you know, you can make any type of monetary donation if you want to. You ain't got to donate anything, but if you want to donate, you can. Okay, y'all know we don't do that over here. If you want to send me a little piece of change, please, by all means, I will accept it. But if you just want to hit that like button, that is free. What, y'all? 99. Now, I told y'all I was going to extend the raffle for 24 hours, and here's why. Because something has been added to the basket, to the Black History Month basket that I think y'all might be interested in trying to buy a ticket for. If the Stanley Cup didn't get you, this might get you. Now, let me share this information with y'all. Do you guys know Dr. Opal Lee? Put a 1 in the chat if you are familiar with Dr. Opal Lee. Put a 1 in the chat if you know who I'm talking about. Kenneth, yep, the Super Bowl and Valentine's Day are on the same day next year. So be on that cruise with us. You can bring your honey bunny with you. You know, listen, all the things will be happening on the, well, I shouldn't say all the things will be happening. That didn't come out right. That didn't come out right. I ain't gonna say all the things will be happening, but we'll have, they'll have the Valentine's stuff going on and the Super Bowl things going on, child. Now, I ain't gonna say. All right, hold on. We'll talk about the cruise in a minute. All right, so Dr. Opal Lee, for those who are not familiar with her, Dr. Opal Lee is an American retired teacher, counselor, and activist in the movement to make Juneteenth a federally recognized holiday. She is often described as the grandmother of Juneteenth. And for those who are not familiar with what she looks like, you've probably seen a picture of her, and maybe you just didn't know that's who you were looking at right here. That's a doll. That is Dr. Opal Lee. She has been commemorated with her own doll. And that's what the doll looks like right there. You see that? Dr. Opal Lee. She is the grandmother of Juneteenth. Well, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? That doll is a part of the Black History Month care package. So not only can you win a Stanley Cup, you can also win this commemorative limited edition Dr. Opal Lee doll, which celebrates her contributions to Black history with the making Juneteenth a national holiday. Okay, so if that made you say, oh shoot, wait a minute, I want one. I didn't know I wanted a raffle ticket, but baby, I want one now because I want that doll for my daughter. I want that doll for my collection. I want that doll for me. I didn't know I needed that doll in my life, honey. Go on and click that link and get you some more raffle tickets. Now, I'm going to extend it for 24 more hours. So when I do the tribe meeting tomorrow, we will do that's it. I'm not extending it no more. But I just got that information right before I went live. And I said, well, I want to give people the opportunity if they want to try to get the doll. So now you're going to get you a Stanley Cup. You're going to get you the Dr. Opal Lee doll. You're going to get you 2 books. Now, I didn't order the t-shirt, but I think instead of the t-shirt, I'm going to do the doll. Okay? You can get you 2 books and a few little other odds and ends that I will just be a surprise when you get your gift. Okay? Now, the tickets are $10 a piece. $3 for $20. I mean, 3 tickets for $20. Or you can get 10 tickets for $80. Fill out that link I just dropped in the chat. Send me my money. You can Cash App it, you can PayPal it, you can Zelle it. And all of that is on the how you can Zelle or PayPal me is in the form. You send it to my other email address, but I'll put that in the chat as well, ReneeInc@gmail.com. Okay, so there's that. We already asked y'all to vote. Voting ends in another 5 days. So we already asked y'all this the last week to vote. If y'all could please vote for me. Appreciate you. Last but not least, y'all know what I'm about to say next, baby. Kenneth said he might get on this boat with us. Kenneth said, I am seriously considering it. Kenneth, get on this boat. Listen, you will have a good time. And I'm not even I ain't bull hocking you. I ain't bull hocking you. The tribe had so much fun on the Tribe Bowl 1.0. We decided to run it back. So the Tribe Bowl 2.0 is happening February the 11th through the 15th of 2027. That's plenty of time for you to go on and pay and get it paid off. Leaving out of Miami, Florida, going to Labadee, Haiti. The interior price is $892.86. That is for double occupancy. So if you have a roommate, cut that in half. Ocean View is $1,008.86. Double occupancy. Again, if you got a roommate, cut that in half. And the balcony rooms are $1,386.00. Double occupancy. If you have a roommate, you cut that in half. Now, Tracy said that the single occupancy rates are a little bit cheaper, and they are. And the reason why they're a little bit cheaper is because they take off the taxes and the port tax for the second person. So if you want a room to yourself, you don't want a roommate, interior room is $757.43. If you want an ocean view room, it's $873.43. And if you want a balcony, it's $1,232.57. That is what the prices are looking like. If you are ready to book, you have until March the 16th if you want to lock that price in. Can you book after March the 16th? Absolutely. But I cannot guarantee that price. That I cannot do. But you absolutely are more than welcome to come on over after March the 16th because you have until either the ship sell out or the ship pull out the dock. One of the two things. Last cruise, we had people book 2 weeks before the cruise left, and they were right on the ship with us and had a good time, okay? So when you're ready to book, not if, but when you're ready to book, it's $200 deposit. Call that number, 800-465-3595. Tell them you click option number 5 and you tell them you have a group They're going to say, well, what's the name of your group? You're going to say the Tribe Bowl 2.0. They're going to say, what's your group number? You're going to say 9923946. And the call takes about maybe 10 minutes at the most. The call takes about 10 minutes at the most. They're going to ask you your name, your address. They're going to ask you all that information, and then they're going to take your payment method, and that's going to be that. Oh, wait a minute. Thank you for asking, Kenneth. These prices are so good that some of the bougie tribe members done booked them some junior suites, okay? So the junior suite price is $1,988.86. And I don't have the single rate for the junior suite, but again, take off about $125. Take off $135, and that'll give you what the single rate is for the junior suite. But if you want a junior suite, it's $1,988.86. If you that's double occupancy. If you're going by yourself, minus $135 out of that. Okay. Baby, I don't have the price of the Zamunda suite. You're gonna have to ask them when you call, honey. I don't have that one, Brandon. Look, some of the tribe members might be rolling like that, but baby, I didn't even get that price. But when you call them, baby, you ask them. I do have the price of a regular suite, though. The grand suite is $3,158. I did ask them that. So the junior suite is $1,988. And if you want a grand suite, the grand suite, is $3,158.86. And Kenneth said that's his birthday, baby. You better get on this shit with us and we can celebrate your birthday. Get on this ship to celebrate this birthday. So you guys, again, will we be on the same floor? No, we are not all on the same floor. You can, because people have different rooms. So they try to put us as close together as possible. On this last cruise, most of us were on the same floor and like in the same area, general area. I know I was on the same, my side of it was me, Cams, Tawanda, James, and I think somebody else was on our side of the floor. So the majority of us will be in the same general area. The majority of us will be. But if you asking for specifics, because some people want to be aft, some people want to be close to the elevator, so they'll put you where you want to be. But the majority of us, they try to put us as close together as possible. So the grand suite is just like the Rockstar suite. I think I can't say it's just like, what up, Miss Toby Boo? But it definitely has its amenities. I would have to look it up. I would have to look it up, Lauren. Listen, it's a bunch of people in the chat that was on that cruise last time, honey. We had a good time. All right, now let me get into this Christian Post situation. Now, y'all know that there's a whole lawsuit going on. So again, I see one person bought a raffle ticket. So if you want a raffle ticket, you got 24 more hours. We will pull the raffle at during the tribe meeting tomorrow. So you got 24 more hours if you think you want to add to it. Okay. So I did get one person. So I'll put the link in the chat again. Okay. Y'all noticed Larry Reid, Bernard Jordan lawsuit was filed. I believe it was last Sunday. We talked about it. And just to give you a short version of the story, I ain't gonna go through the whole lawsuit again, but Larry Reid, Bernard Jordan is suing Larry Reid and some bloggers and some other people. He's alleging defamation. He's alleging RICO. He's alleging all of these things. And so there have been a couple of articles and different publications this week. And I do want to read this particular article. And the reason why I'm reading this particular article is because one of the people who are named in the lawsuit, he actually is speaking in this article. And Pastor Justin Edwards actually spoke out and gave some quotes to the Christian Post as it relates to this lawsuit. Now, me personally, I don't think that's the best decision. But that ain't my business. But we're going to talk about it. Because I personally, nope. I said I was just going to read it and not put no commentary. Hold on, let me. Cruiser, you here? Cruiser, are you here? because I said I was just going to read this article and I was going to keep my commentary to myself because they got Jane Does listed and I'm not trying to become a Jane Doe, okay? So we just going to read this article. Baby Brandon said, I know that's right, because me and El Teddy were talking about that last night too. Brandon said, I ain't going on no cruise to be in no room. Listen, Brandon, if you get you an interior room and you going by yourself, baby, by the time you pay the deposit, you don't have but $500 left to pay off on that cruise, and you have it till the last payment ain't due until November the 28th. You could do $50 a payday and be good to go and get on that ship with us, baby Brandon. I would love to meet you, honey bunny. So I'm gonna read this article. Now, Justin Edwards, I mean, just to put things in perspective, Justin Edwards is really the eye of this storm, because the allegation is that recordings were made without Bishop Jordan's knowledge. Alleged. This is what he's alleging. I'm not saying this is what happened. Don't nobody cuss me out. I am talking about the allegations in the lawsuit. I ain't saying what happened because I wasn't there. Okay? But the allegations that are being made by Bishop Jordan is that these conversations were recorded without his knowledge and or consent. Now, the conversations allegedly were with this Justin Edwards. So that's why it's important that he's kind of telling his side of the story, I guess. Okay. So I'm going to read y'all the article. I'm just going to read this article. I'm going to keep my opinion to myself. I'm just going to read this article, okay? Pastor Justin Edwards denies close relationship with Bernard E. Jordan, says he was a contract laborer. So Justin D. Edwards, senior pastor of Holy Cross Baptist Church in Chicago, Illinois, has denied having a close, personal, unpaid relationship with televangelist Elijah Bernard Jordan, better known as Archbishop E. Bernard Jordan, and insists that he was a contract laborer for the New York City minister. Okay. Edwards' statement made in a recent interview with the Christian Post comes as Jordan, a married father of 5, filed a defamation lawsuit seeking at least $80 million, naming Edwards, Larry Reid, and other YouTubers for allegedly using illicit telephone recordings to make defamatory comments, accusing him of abuse and questioning his sexuality. The alleged close personal relationship between Jordan, who was the founder of Zoe Ministries in Manhattan, and Edwards, who was installed as pastor of Holy Cross Baptist Church Southern some 3 years ago, is presented as a key driver of the events that led up to the illicit telephone recordings made on November the 4th of 2025 that are at the center of the lawsuit. When asked about the specific quote from the lawsuit and the nature of his relationship with the televangelist, Edwards insisted to the Christian Post that he was hired to serve as Jordan's chief adjunct in Chicago. I hope I said that right. And he was paid for that service. So he basically said I was a 1099 worker for Bishop Jordan. I wasn't, I didn't work for him, and what I did for him wasn't free. That's what he's saying. This is a quote. I understand that he is playing a verbal game to cover himself, end quote. Edwards said, quote, that's what I understand in terms of compensation. Everything was an exchange. I was a contract laborer. I am not a member of Zoe Ministries. I have never been a member of Zoe Ministries. So any exchange between he and I was per compensation, end quote. Jordan's lawsuit claimed that he and Edwards had a close personal relationship that did not involve coercion, compensation, or any exchange of value, end quote. When it became apparent that Edwards' motivations were financial and inconsistent with plaintiff's values and boundaries, plaintiff ceased communication. That's another quote from the lawsuit. Now, the case was transferred out of New York into New Jersey because a judge found that there was no jurisdiction in New York. Y'all know at the beginning of the lawsuits, they always cite jurisdiction. They're explaining why this is the proper court to file the lawsuit. Well, the judge found that the lawsuit was not filed in the proper court and it was moved from New York to New Jersey. So there's that. The filing claims that Jordan provided limited financial assistance to Edwards and his spouse, including covering a vehicle payment when they lacked reliable transportation necessary for ministry work. Jordan also retained and paid for legal counsel for Edwards' son when he became involved in a legal matter. These actions were undertaken philanthropically and as an exchange of pastoral care. After Edwards revealed his true intentions, the plaintiff discontinued and terminated all such assistance. Again, that's coming from the lawsuit. When asked what exactly Jordan paid for, he replied, time, talent, availability, and my building. Okay. I pastored a church in Chicago. He served as a co-facilitator in administration. There were a number of different things. So yes, there was an exchange financially on both ends. My church paid him to do multiple things in terms of teaching, preaching, instruction. So yes, it was compensation, he said. He insists that he was not paid for sexual favor. Now, some people might say, well, what in the world? Where did that come from? Who said anything about sex? Who said anything about sex? I ain't going to say who said anything about sex. I'm going to just say go follow that roadmap I told y'all about 2 months ago. That's what I'm going to tell y'all. I'm just going to say that. If the recording doesn't say the call is being recorded, what other proof is needed? What you mean? What you mean, Kim? Okay. So then he says, quote, now if you're referring to if there was any exchange for compensation sexually, no. There was never any exchange, request, or demand financially for any sexual exchange, end quote. The married father said, quote, I do not know where that came from. I do not know why he even included this in the conversation. I have never said that or suggested that, end quote. While stating that Jordan made some financial contributions to his church, for ministry purposes, Edwards maintains that Jordan was not a benefactor of his family. Quote, he did not financially support myself, my family, or my church. He made charitable contributions to my church. In reference to your post in the Christian Post about a car, etc., he never purchased me a car. However, because he is in Chicago, he asked me to be his chief adjunct and that his chief adjunct needed to be driving a certain vehicle while in transport of him, end quote. Zoe Ministry agreed to pay the car note based upon the years he was supposed to be in Chicago. So wait a minute. Nope. I'm just going to read the article. Nope. No commentary. Nope. Reading the article. Let me keep going. Let me just read this article. Just going to read the article. Just read the article. Really need to read the article. Okay. As it relates to my relationship with Bishop Jordan, Bishop Jordan and I were colleagues in the ministry. He was not my mentor. I never claimed him to be my pastor. None of those things. I was a contract laborer at best, end quote. District Judge Margaret Garrett ordered the Jordan's lawsuit be transferred last Friday because the alleged defamatory comments were not made against the televangelist in New York. The recordings of the telephone conversations at issue in the lawsuit were made while Jordan was allegedly in New Jersey. In addition to Edwards and Reid, who operates Larry Reid Live show based in Georgia, Jordan's lawsuit lists as defendants Texas pastor Calvin Blake Sr., Davon August, who runs a YouTube channel called Conscious TV in South Carolina, Marcellus McMillan, who runs the Mad Church Disease YouTube channel in California, Thais Jackson, who operates the YouTube channel The Thais Report in Georgia, James Singletary, a show guest, Kendall Peacock, Shamark O'Brien, and 10 John and Jane Does, who are yet to be identified, or also listed. Jordan accuses Reid, Edwards, and Blake of violating the Federal Wiretap Act and the Racketeering, Influenced, and Corrupt Organization RICO Act. He also accuses Reid, Edwards, and the YouTubers of defamation per se. The lawsuit further alleges civil conspiracy charges against Reid, Edwards, and Blake, along with an intentional infliction of emotional distress, charged against all defendants for pushing a narrative that questioned his sexuality, accused him of sexual abuse, grooming, and targeting young boys. Jordan alleges that on November the 4th, Edwards initiated multiple telephone calls from Illinois with him while he was in New Jersey at approximately 3:58 p.m. that day. The lawsuit claims that Edwards called Jordan and had a conversation lasting approximately 1 hour and 2 minutes. During that call, Edwards allegedly sent Jordan a photograph of himself with Reid and stated that a story was allegedly being prepared about him and denied any involvement. Jordan alleges that the call quickly became confrontational and hostile, and he told Edwards he was ending their relationship due to Edwards' conduct and inappropriate language. At approximately 9:55 p.m. that day, Edwards initiated a call to Jordan, which lasted approximately 18 seconds. Around 9:56 p.m., Edwards made another call to Jordan that lasted approximately 45 minutes. Jordan alleges that this is the call that was secretly recorded. During that call, defendant Edwards merged defendant Reid. These are allegations. Merged defendant Reid onto the call without disclosing Reid's presence and without obtaining plaintiff's consent. For the entirety of the call, plaintiff was unaware that Reid was present or recording the conversation. That is what the lawsuit says. I ain't saying that. Really B ain't said that. The lawsuit said that. Defendant Reid has since admitted that he was located in Dubai, that he was merged onto the call by defendant Edwards without plaintiff's knowledge or consent, and that he recorded the conversation without plaintiff's knowledge or consent. Reid admitted that he recorded the plaintiff's conversation with Edwards. That's what they're saying here. I didn't say that. That's what this article is saying. Really B didn't say that. I'm just reading the article. The lawsuit then cites a statement Reid allegedly made in a public broadcast on October the 15th before the November call, where he said, quote, "There's someone else that has come to me by night. They were not coming to me by messing, but because they were lied to, they thought they could come to me about their truth and the truth of my former mentor. I recorded every conversation and told them I recorded that every conversation," Reid states, end quote. Jordan said Reid made even more explicit admissions about the recordings in his private members-only broadcast. "It's on audio." This is a quote. "It's on audio. It's on audio." Reid notes, "I can tell my truth about what I was told by Justin. I can tell that he can tell another story or edit the story, but the audio verifies what I'm saying," end quote. The plaintiff accuses Edwards and Reid of coordinating the November call and subsequent recordings in advance with the intent of capturing plaintiff's private communication for later use, dissemination, leverage, and monetization. They recorded plaintiff's private conversations and disseminated them with the intent to construct and promote a false narrative concerning plaintiff's sexual orientation, alleged criminal conduct, and financial improprieties, the lawsuit states. So, Mr. Edwards, excuse me, Reverend Justin Edwards, hey, right here, excuse me. Justin Edwards, you said in this article, you don't know where anybody got the idea that it was something dealing with sex. You said you don't know where that came from. So you say you don't know where that came from. I heard of it. I didn't watch it yet. I heard that he went live and he talked about this article as well. But Justin Edwards, I heard he called Justin Edwards a liar, and I did hear that. But sir, Mr. Edwards, sir, you said you don't know where this came from. That the people said that you allegedly had a sexual relationship with Bishop Jordan. You said you don't know where that came from. Larry Reid said it came from you. That's a quote from Larry Reid. Larry Reid said it came from you. And he also said it was a lie. You told it. That's my part. I added that. But that's what Larry said. Larry said, listen, I know what he told me. And that audio will confirm what I'm saying. Now, that's what he said. He said the audio is going to confirm what he is saying. Now, that's what Larry Reid said. So now you sitting here saying you don't know where it came from. Hey, excuse me. Excuse me, sir. It came from you. Those are quotes. In the lawsuit, they're alleging that Larry recorded them, but Larry was on the call. That's what they said. That's what they said. I just said it, Kim. Thank you. Thank you, Stacy. And thank you, Miss Dennis. I don't want to say your first name. Thank you, Miss Dennis. I got you. I'll add you to the wheel as soon as I get off of here. But yeah, they're saying that the call was recorded. Allegedly, the lawsuit is saying, really, B ain't saying. The lawsuit is saying that the recordings were made via Larry Reid. Now, that's what the lawsuit's saying. I ain't adding nothing to it. I'm just reading the lawsuit. I ain't adding nothing to it. Really, B don't add nothing to it. I'm not gonna add nothing to it. I'm just gonna say it right here. Larry Reid, Tasha K, and Funky Dineva are known to record conversations and use them on Mad Day. Well, I don't know about Funky Dineva, but I know Larry Reid and Tasha K have both admitted. They'll tell you. Both of them will tell you I record conversations. They don't make no bones about it. They'll tell you they record conversations. The problem with this one is, allegedly, according to the lawsuit, allegedly, what Jordan is saying is he was on the phone with Edwards. Bishop Jordan is saying he was on the phone with Justin Edwards. And then Justin Edwards merged Larry into the call without telling him, allegedly, this is the allegation, without telling him, and then recording the call. Now, that's what the allegation is. That's what the lawsuit said. Ray, I know what you're saying, but that ain't what the lawsuit say. The lawsuit says that him and Jordan were on the phone and he added Larry Reid. I just read it. That's what the lawsuit says. Now, I know what you're saying, but I'm telling you what the lawsuit says. I'm only going by the lawsuit, y'all, because that is what is in the lawsuit, and those are allegations. I know that other people are talking about this lawsuit. I know other people are going live and speaking on it. I'm not going by what other people are saying. I'm going by what the lawsuit says. Those are the allegations that are in black and white. That's all I'm saying. Baby, no, ain't nobody. Well, I ain't gonna say nobody's heard the recordings. People have heard the recordings. Really B ain't heard no recordings. Really B ain't heard shit. And I don't want to. Don't nobody send me no recordings. I don't want to hear no recordings. Keep me out of it. Y'all ain't been including me. Don't include me now. I'll be right over here reporting on what I read. I'm going to read what's in the lawsuit. I read what's in the newspaper. Don't send me nothing. But people have allegedly heard the recordings. Now, really, B ain't heard nothing. Bishop Jordan told him to play it, though. Before he filed the lawsuit, Bishop Jordan said, play them. Bishop Jordan said, play the recordings. Whatever you got, play it. Now, he might have been calling their bluff. I don't know. But he told him to play the recording. I wish somebody had. Doesn't matter if the call was being recorded before or after someone joins. It matters if the person wasn't told. Yes. It matters if me and you were on the phone and you bring somebody on the call and they record it and you don't tell me I'm being recorded. Yes, that matters. That matters. That makes a difference. Yes. Well, you don't always have to announce it. If you're in a one-party state, you don't have to announce it. In a one-party state, you don't have to. Now, if you're in a two-party state, you do have to say, hey, I'm recording you. But if you're in a one-party state, no, you don't have to announce it. But if you bring somebody else on the call and they're recording, now that's a different conversation. And that's why I think it matters who was on the phone first and who was merged into the call first. That's my opinion. Don't know if that's true. I'm just telling you what I think. So that is what the difference is, I think. And I think that's why it matters who was on the call first and who was merged into the call. Because yes, if Larry was already on the phone with Justin and Justin knew he was being recorded, and then Bishop Jordan was, then again, I don't know. I ain't no lawyer. Never mind. I don't know shit. I ain't no lawyer. I don't know. I don't know nothing. I don't know. But yes, it does matter. I'm not going to get into the legal back and forth. I don't know. Y'all know I didn't go to nobody's law school. And listen, let me be honest with y'all. Part of the reason why I'm staying out of a lot of this, I'm reporting on it because it's a story, and I will report on it no matter what. But there are people involved that I'm cool with, so I don't want it to sound like I'm taking a side. I don't want to add commentary. I don't want to put. I'm just going to read what's there, and y'all can take from it what y'all want. I'll keep y'all posted. I'll keep y'all updated, and y'all can take from it what y'all want. But y'all know I like Thais. Y'all know Thais is my boo. I like Thais. I like Conscious. I've had Conscious on my channel. I don't have an issue with Conscious. So I don't know Bishop Jordan. You know what I'm saying? I don't want it to be no boom, 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 boom. I'm reporting on it just like I report on it if it was anybody. If it was Tasha K lawsuit, I would report on it. If it was Funky Neva being sued, I would report on it. So I'm just reporting on it like I report on anything else. But I don't want to sound biased one way or the other. You know. But with that being said, you guys, let me get out of here. Like I said, I think I'm gonna, if I have time, we'll start reading the book today. I'll let you guys know. But we are going to start the book this week. I told you we would start it in March. We're definitely going to start it this week. I just have to see. I have something to do at 3:00, so it's going to depend on how long that lasts. If I have time after that, we'll go live and read some of the book. If not, I will see y'all at 9:15 for the Real Housewives of Potomac. I will talk to y'all later. Mwah! Peace. Right, I ain't trying to be a Jane Doe. Right, Messy, I ain't trying to be a Jane Doe. He said he got 10 Jane Does. I don't want really be named in it. I don't want really be named added to the list because I don't know shit. I don't know nothing. I haven't even watched Traitors yet. I ain't watched it yet. All right, I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.